So, is it possible that the protests might return to Jantar Mantar? The Cockroach Janta Party today accused the government of India of violating the agreement between the CJP and the ministers that led to the end of that protest. Now, a press conference was held today by spokespeople of the CJP, Ashutosh Ranka and Saurav Das, who appeared alongside senior advocate and Rajya Sabha MP Kapil Sibal. Now, they alleged that students and volunteers who took part in the movement are being arrested and detained and harassed, and despite assurances that no punitive action will be taken after the protest, it is starting to happen. Saurav Das said the party had anticipated such a possibility and had been working with Kapil Sibal through the course of the agitation to prepare legal support for protesters. He said the party feared that once the protest ended, that public attention would be shifted elsewhere and authorities would begin targeting individuals through criminal cases, which is what the CJP spokespeople say now has happened. Meanwhile, Ashutosh Ranka said that the CJP will return to the streets and protest if the government does not immediately withdraw all FIRs against protesters and release those who have been detained. In a post on social media addressed to Union Ministers JP Nadda and Jitendra Singh, who did that negotiation, Ranka alleged that hundreds of students are being arrested in Bihar and West Bengal, and volunteers in Delhi and other states are being detained and placed under surveillance. He demanded that all these FIRs against the protesters be withdrawn and no new cases be registered by the Delhi police, the central agencies, and police forces in BJP ruled or allied states. He said, the government has to honor its commitment and not pursue legal action against those involved in the protest. He also called on the government to release a written copy of that agreement on legal cases and warned that if the written copy doesn't come by tomorrow, they will have no option but to protest again. So basically, he appealed to JP Nadda and Jitendra Singh to honor that agreement that they had. He said, "We demand that the FIRs against protesters be withdrawn, failing which we will be forced to sit on protest again. We also demand the written agreement on legal cases shared with us by tomorrow and the aligned timelines with the government of India." Now, here's what we know about police action that we've been able to verify. CJP member Ratna Singh alleged that the police action against protesters has intensified in several states. She claimed that 7 to 8 FIRs have been registered in Assam. 11 people have been arrested in Kolkata, of whom 10 were Muslims, she said. That an attempt to murder charges are also being invoked, and she also alleged that 86 people have been arrested in Bihar. CJP said the students who are being targeted, we are with you, end quote. The Delhi police, according to a report by News 18, have not yet received any direction from government to withdraw the cases registered against individuals who have participated in the CJP protests. Sources have said, as per Network 18. According to the police, around 20 cases are registered in connection with Jantar Mantar and related incidents. Of these, 14 cases pertain to protest and violence, while one case involves unauthorized use of a drone. Now, according to this report, sources have indicated that once the government issues the necessary order, only then the Delhi police, acting through prosecution, will move a proposal before the Lieutenant Governor, the LG, seeking permission to withdraw those cases. So they haven't gotten the order from the government yet. The communication is expected to state that to say that the state does not intend to pursue any further legal action in the matter. Following the LG's approval, the police will inform the concerned courts that they don't want to continue with prosecution. And the final decision will rest with the courts. Officials have clarified that cases filed by journalists alleging assault will not be withdrawn. Now, there is another report in the Times of India. We'll pop that up. Now, the CJP spokespeople have also said they've introduced something called Sakshi. It's a website aimed at helping protesters and witnesses preserve whatever photographs and videos you have as evidence. The platform allows users to upload original protest footage, and it generates a cryptographic fingerprint for each file to create a tamper-proof record. Now, the preserved material, I beg your pardon, can be shared through verified legal aid channels to support protesters facing alleged violations of the police. Also, in a report in the New Indian Express, the Delhi police is considering action against those who put up abusive posts targeting the Prime Minister during this protest. So this is a report in the Indian Express. We're going to put that up on your screen as well. The Delhi police is considering action against social media posts that are deemed objectionable or abusive towards the Prime Minister and other leaders during the protest at Jantar Mantar. According to sources, the police is likely to issue notices to social media platforms directing them to remove the posts, the videos, and comments that are considered abusive. Now, a police source, again, there's no name here, this is by the New Indian Express, said, and I quote, after the review of content uploaded during and after the protest, the police will issue notices to remove the posts that are abusive in nature. An exercise to identify such content across different social media platforms is already underway, end quote. The police is also assessing whether any posts violated existing laws or had potential to disturb public order. The source said Delhi Police's social media monitoring team is continuously monitoring online platforms to identify objectionable content linked to the protest. Now, there is a lot of information coming in about the investigation as to who used the pellet guns on students or on protesters. The inquiry team from India's paramilitary forces, the CRPF, is probing the use of pellet guns on protesters during that agitation. A report by the CRPF team, and I'm going to put this up, this is quoted by NDTV, on the use of pellet guns is expected next week, according to the sources. The CRPF Director General, Yanendra Pratap Singh, has been quoted by NDTV saying, since the agitation has been called off, assembled people have dispersed, we would make a professional post-event assessment like we do after every major assessment, and then we will let you know the view of the force headquarters. Now, at least 4 persons had earlier been reported to suffer pellet injuries. Pellet guns and shock batons, basically tasers, are part of the gear of the RAF, the Riot Control Wing of the Central Reserve Police Force. At least one Rapid Action Force personnel who used such force on protesters at Connaught Place has been identified, an official has said to NDTV. It has been found that 7 rounds were fired by this personnel, 5 struck protesters, 2 others didn't hit anyone. They were all fired in Connaught Place. The inquiry team will also find out the circumstances under which the pellet guns were fired, the locations in which they were used, adding that further action will be taken based on that report. The government hospital had earlier confirmed pellet wounds in one victim, with Rahul Gandhi demanding to know if the government had approved the pellet guns. So obviously, with this investigation will come the questions of who approved the use of pellet guns in that location. Why were they brought in that location at all? And were these officers or personnel given the authority to make the decision on when to use it? These are all questions and subject of investigation. Now, in all of this, of course, the matter came up in Supreme Court as well. The Supreme Court, and this is the Chief Justice Surya Kant, has made a statement. This is an oral observation. It's not part of a judgment. It's basically an oral observation means that when a case is being heard, sometimes the judges respond to what is being told to them. That's not the order. That's just an observation they're making. But it's important to note these observations. So this was an observation by the Chief Justice of India. He said the right to protest, peaceful protest, lawful protest is an absolute guaranteed under the Constitution. So as long as it's a peaceful agitation, merely because there's an agitation, there can't be police access. So he said there has to be self-evolved discipline, which is integral to the democratic process. This was a 3-judge bench presided over by the Chief Justice of India, who was hearing a clutch of petitions, including one by Rajya Sabha MP Manoj Jha, alleging that police excesses during this protest in Delhi and everywhere needs to be looked at by the court. Now he said, and I quote, there should be proper protocol in place. If they want to agitate on an issue, they should be provided with a proper space. There should be no restriction or impediment in that. But there is someone else, some antisocial element, someone who's done something wrong, that cause can be also taken care of. Now, the Chief Justice advised that all sides not take it on as an adversarial matter. He said if excesses have been committed, then those have to be independently looked into. Those should be examined, that who are the persons responsible, what kind of excess was committed, what preventive measures and mandatory guidelines to ensure such incidents don't repeat. The bench has fixed for Monday to hear 2 petitions from the councils of fresh petitioners. The advocates appearing for the petitioner said, our petition has comprehensive information along with the use of an AK-47 in Bihar yesterday. It all has updated data. Senior advocate Sridhar Pottaraju said that he's representing families of police personnel who were injured in that protest, in the violent protest, he said, and he urged that he be heard at the same time as well. He added, while there's no question of defending excesses, the rights of the policemen in uniform also should be heard because they are subject to discipline. There are videos circulating where they are being kicked and lynched, literally. Justice Bagchi on the matter has looked into the hostility and added that all individuals, be it a police officer or a protester, their safety is of equal concern. The court will call upon the state to explain why adequate state funds were not given to the police to deal with large demonstrations. And we would like to present a perspective. So this will come up for hearing next week. So there's a lot of information right now floating on social media. We've had to go through a lot of it, but we're bringing you information so you know what has happened today. That's our attempt to bring you a comprehensive report every day of everything that has happened. We have another video up on our YouTube about what is happening in Assam. And it's got abysmally low views because obviously it's not a hot topic. There are reports that the floodwaters in Assam are receding, but more than 5 lakh people have been affected or displaced from their homes. From what we understand in Assam right now, the floodwaters came with a lot of silt and mud. So not only have people's homes been put completely underwater, when the water is receding, it's covered in mud. And they're actually having to bring earth movers and JCPs to just remove the mud from their houses, which means that everything in their homes is completely destroyed. The same is the case with schools, with institutions. Apparently, access to many of the parts of northern Assam where the floods are happening is also, is also completely broken. The government is still working at getting aid, food, medicine, water to the people who are completely stranded at this point. There's a lot going on in Assam. I would ask you to please also pay attention to that story because it's an important story. There's a separate video up on our social media. And of course, if you sign up for our membership on YouTube, you will get access to a news bulletin every day. It is our attempt to bring you the news in a dignified, measured, balanced manner. Thank you so much for listening.